Donald Trump is a salesman who changes his pitch depending on who he's in front of. What he doesn't realize is it's all being recorded. And so his pitch to that audience is the us versus them. We're all the victims of this liberal media, of these soft journalists who come out here and lie about us. We're really great people. And that's what he pitches to them. And if you ask him about it and you say, do you think that's okay to body slam a reporter? No, of course not. That's, not do that. But I was joking. It was a little joke I was making in front of friends.
Jon Stewart's only saying what people that saw through Trump were saying about him for years. But somehow, MAGA's response of calling people like him names was a suitable rebuttal to the obvious truth. And now that they're beginning to see that his promise to MAGA to get rid of the H-1B visas was just another passing lie.
Well, first of all, I think, and I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say, well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers, and it's unfair for our workers, and we should end it.
Their heads are spinning, while others are waiting on the next promise that'll cancel out the previous one. So just that they can avoid facing the fact that he lied to them and used them consistently and repeatedly.
Recently, the CEO of the Tennessee Valley Authority, Jeffrey Lyash, made a disastrous and heartless decision. The TVA announced that it would lay off over 200 American workers and replace them with cheaper foreign workers brought in from overseas. The Tennessee Valley Authority leadership then ordered the American workers to train their foreign replacements, rubbing salt in their very open wounds. So we're going to bring in workers, they're going to be foreign workers, and people from Tennessee and some other states right around it are going to train them what to do and how to do it. It doesn't work that way. As we speak, we're finalizing H-1B regulations so that no American worker is replaced ever again. H-1Bs should be used for top, highly paid talent to create American jobs, not as inexpensive labor program to destroy American jobs. Sitting at the table are 6 of the TVA workers who were ordered to train the foreign labor flown in to replace them. I want you and your colleagues to know that my administration will not be putting up with.
Here's an example of someone that claimed to not be a bot, illustrating why he continues to get away with it. He hasn't gotten into office yet. They all acknowledged the corruption and abuse. They also said that they would fix it. Trump has a lot to fix. Vivek and Elon are there to help. It's not rocket science. Trump is putting together a much better team this time around to help him. By the way, it doesn't matter if that account is a bot or not. It's there to convince enough people that no matter what is revealed about this movement, there's always another step that'll be taken to resolve the conflict of Trump's lies, as long as you trust him again. He even pushed the line that college is so great, he wanted to give foreign students an automatic green card so that they don't take our superior schooling and benefit from it back home.
And what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you go in there for 2 years or 4 years, if you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country. And you know more stories than I do, but I know of stories where people graduated from a top college or from a college, and they desperately wanted to stay here. They had a plan for a company, a concept, and they can't. They go back to India, they go back to China, they do the same basic company in those places, and they become multi-billionaires employing thousands and thousands of people, and it could have been done here.
And in case any of the go back to your country types that he whipped into a fury on a regular basis, if any of them were upset about that plan, all they had to do was sell them on how horrible American institutions are based on their collective hate for any minority of their choosing.
On day one, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content onto the lives of our children. And I will not give 1 penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate. And I will keep men out of women's sports.
Yeah, it's amazing how powerful of a tool hate, division, and bigotry really is in this country. It was the lifeblood of our economic growth that never really died. Our leaders have kept it bubbling beneath the surface every time a moment of advancement or equality seemed to be real. Donald Trump and MAGA simply tapped back into our roots to use the same hatred to gain the undying support of people that openly vowed to live and die by it. It's why he openly and accurately claimed he could kill someone in the middle of the street and be celebrated for it. It's also why, after repeatedly promising to destroy our educational system further, he's all for replacing it with a system of more indoctrination to keep supporters unaware and loyal to his cause of enriching himself and his billionaire cabinet even more. Again, based on hate. So in other words, Trump University 2.0.
In recent weeks, Americans have been horrified to see students and faculty at Harvard and other once respected universities expressing support for the savages and jihadists who attacked Israel. We spend more money on higher education than any other country, and yet they're turning our students into communists and terrorists and sympathizers of many, many different dimensions. We can't let this happen. It's time to offer something dramatically different. Under the plan I'm announcing today, we will take the billions and billions of dollars that we will collect by taxing, fining, and suing excessively large private university endowments, and we will then use that money to endow a new institution called the American Academy. Its mission will be to make a truly world-class education available to every American, free of charge, and do it without adding a single dime to the federal debt. This institution will gather an entire universe of the highest quality educational content covering the full spectrum of human knowledge and skills, and make that material available to every American citizen online for free. Whether you want lectures or ancient histories or an introduction to financial accounting or training in a skilled trade, the goal will be to deliver it and get it done properly. Using study groups, mentors, industry partnerships, and the latest breakthrough in computing, this will be a truly top-tier education option for the people. It will be strictly non-political, and there will be no wokeness or jihadism allowed. None of that's going to be allowed. Most importantly, the American Academy will compete directly with the existing and very costly four-year university system by granting students degree credentials that the U.S. government and all federal contractors will henceforth recognize. The Academy will award the full and complete equivalent of a bachelor's degree. In addition, to help the 40 million Americans who have some college education but no degree, the American Academy will grant credit for past coursework at legacy institutions and give you the chance to complete your education at the American Academy for free and much more quickly than is now possible or available. This will be a revolution in higher education and will provide life-changing opportunities for tens of millions of our citizens. Enjoy it, learn from it, and thank you.